Have you heard the saying, time flies when you're having fun? Or perhaps ever felt yourself so engrossed in an activity that maybe you just forgot to eat? Well, chances are at that point or some other experience that you've had, you've known what it feels like to be in flow state. Some also call it being in the zone, where you're just so engrossed in what you're doing, everything seems to disappear. Well, whether you are new to our organisation or you've been with us for 1 year, 2 years, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or more, then chances are you're starting to become familiar with the concept of our annual strategic things. Can you guess what it's going to be? Well, in 2020, it was Act with Love, and what a great theme to have, especially considering the chaos and doubt, fear, worry, concern, all the ambiguity of 2020, to know that we could center ourselves back with Act with Love as we made decisions based on love, not fear. In 2021, we moved into a new year of bountiful growth. And in 2020, we achieved so much. You achieved so much change, and you handled it all. And it happened because of the forces outside. In 2021, you started to get used to that. So it's about deliberate choice and taking action. Well, in 2022, I'd like to welcome you to declare with me that 2022 will be our year for discovering flow. And most importantly, helping to bring joy to each other by getting into flow state more frequently. And maybe, just maybe, we discover what it takes to flick the switch and turn that flow state on more frequently. Now, you may ask, how meant to feel in flow state? Well, there's actually 7 categories here, or 7 areas you'll see where flow state is starting to occur in your life. The first is this complete involvement. You're being completely involved in whatever it is that you're doing. It's the focus, it's the concentration. The second is having a sense of ecstasy, where you're really outside of yourself in what everyday reality is, just like you are now in this moment. The third is greater inner clarity, knowing what it needs to be done and how well you're doing it. The fourth is knowing the activity is actually doable and you've got the skills that are adequate enough to do what it takes. The fifth is having a sense of serenity, and this is where you have no worries about yourself. You're actually letting go of the ego and starting to grow beyond the boundaries that we often place on ourselves. 6 is timelessness. Now, this is where through that focused activity, you are in the present and you just let go, and all of the hours of time seem to pass in just minutes. And number 7, which is my favorite, is almost feels like this is what the journey is to get to, is intrinsic motivation, where whatever it is that the flow state produces actually becomes the reward itself. And 2022, we're going to help each other to master the 4 factors of flow. The first one is focus and the ability to push away distractions and do it by choice. The second is freedom, and this is about where you let go of ego and you start to trust in yourself. The third is feedback, where you've got clearly defined goals and where you can see that your actions convert into progress that inspires you to go even further. And the fourth is the 4% challenge. Now, this is where you put yourself slightly outside of your comfort zone, and so that you get yourself into the growth zone, but don't go so far that you end up being discouraged. So for 2022, on behalf of Fee and all our leaders and our RCs, I'd like to invite you to declare 2022 to become your year of flow and help each other to discover what flow means for you and how to turn flow on and bring greater joy to each other's lives. So to kick this off and declaring 2022 your year of flow, join me in a very special new power clap. This one is, how it goes, 1, 2, 3, clap, power clap on 3, 1, 2, 3, and we clap. Now we're going to say on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, bring on the flow, clap. That's the process now. This is what we'll do throughout 2022. On the count of 3, are you ready? 1, 2, 3, bring on the flow, clap. This is how we do it. Okay, on count of 3. 1, 2, 3, bring on the flow. That was great. All right, let's really declare 2022 our year of flow. Do it one more time. Okay, just one more time. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, bring on the flow. Well done. That's great. 2022, flow. You got this.